In the last class, we were discussing that he who is Yogavid is also Brahmavid, also Tattvavid. And moreover, we also discussed very carefully that Samadhi is not mere practice, but it is also matter of matter of understanding. And of course, when a person only looks at Samadhi as practice, it becomes a state. And as long as you are in that state, that long everything is fantastic. When you come down, definitely you are a different person, but again problem will come back. Whereas when there is understanding, with understanding, if the person gets into Samadhi, definitely the person is entirely different once for all. So discussing this point, that we saw how especially the person lives. Yatha ghrute ghrutam kshiptam ghrutam eva hi jayate kshiram kshire tatha yogi tattvam evam hi jayate. Again, dugdhe kshiram ghrute sarpi agno vanhi ravarpitah tanmayatvam brajatyeva yogi linah pare pade. So that means, in short, as we see in Vedanta, when I create separate identity, I become different. And wherever there is differences, wherever there is difference or there are differences, there is fear, which Vedanta highlights. Dvaite bhayam asti. Wherever there is duality, there is fear. So the fear comes because of duality. And duality is nothing creating a separate identification from the total entity. If you observe a child, just example sake, the child, as long as feels that me and mother are one and same, will the child be afraid of anything, anybody? Whereas the moment child starts seeing I am different from mother, now what happens? Same child will be afraid of many things in life. This is just an example you can see for yourself. So that's why it is most important thing to observe me creating identity, that too unnecessarily. So identity gets created is different, but creating identity unnecessarily. And if we observe, we all are capable of, or we are always busy only creating identities. Today morning I was thinking one point, though this text is coming to an end. We all fight for what? How many years of life? And the best part is all over the world fighting on the piece of land. So somebody fights for 100 square meters, somebody fights 1000 square meters, somebody fights, 100,000 kilometers. That is called country fight, okay? Land remains as it is. So many people have come, so many people will go away. You understand? Nothing will happen to land. Only identity. You understand? It's my land. It's my country. Under my leadership. How? That's why he says, when there is no identity, what will happen? Let us read. Bhava bhayaharam runam mukti sopana sangyakam guhyat guhyataram guhyam gorakshena prakashitam. So these 200 verses we saw here, but actually there are many. I was going through this Goraksha Samhita. Some people call Goraksha Padhati, but Goraksha Samhita is a very big, voluminous, and many pages are not available. Many verses are not available. How? So this text is being explained by Goraksha, and this solves, or this becomes a means to achieve mukti, and that too so systematically. More than that, bhava bhaya haram. He who approaches this text becomes the remover of, literally the one who loots, haranam, ruharatiti, takes away, removes. What? Bhayam, fear. What sort of fear? Related to bhava. What is bhava? Samsara. What is samsara? Sense of becoming. So all my fear is related to sense of becoming. If you look at common way, the day you see the first grey hair, what happens? Do you know why? Because you are not in a position to accept that you are old or you are getting old. The day your tooth falls down, you cannot hear, you cannot see things properly. Nowadays, don't worry, all these things are there, okay? What happens? That sense of becoming is so strong in me, I am not ready to accept the reality. And because I am not ready to accept the reality, there is fear, there is struggle. So that's why this is guhyat guhyataram iti. This text is most secret one, so that keep it in mind. Then next, Goraksha sahitam etam yoga bhutam janah pathet sarva papa vinirmuktah yoga siddhim labhat dhruvam. So these are the verses glorifying the text. And of course, we also put it as that stuti, they do it because unless we glorify the text, we will not have shraddha. Because sometimes you have to know your worth. If you do not know your worth, you will behave funny. Just observe this point very carefully. In fact, in Indian institutes, especially management institutes, they teach how to carry yourself. I have also observed with a very careful way, especially this Indian topmost service called administrative service, Indian administrative service. Those who become IS, IPS, IFS, all these people, foreign service, police service or administrative service. when they go through training, they are taught table manners. They are taught how to talk. Training period, something really amazing to observe them. Okay, not that everybody picks up, okay, don't worry. I have seen also tough people, okay. Still you can see their childhood is reflected. So raw, nothing enters, okay. But what does it mean? That they have to, remind themselves who are they, the worth of themselves to know. So when you know the worth of yourself, you carry yourself differently. And when you carry yourself differently, then you create yourself differently too. So there will be inner and outer, there will be one harmony. Or else what will happen is, there will be disharmony inside and outside, internal and external. And if there is disharmony externally and internally, remember, it is not healthy for you nor for anybody either. And present day, when there is no harmony externally and internally, all these issues, whether country-wise, state-wise, or personally or company-wise, happens because of this region only. I don't want to name any country at this moment. So, here, Shastra also highlights, even though you have gone through the text in details, still it reminds, hey, what is this text? You must know, you better know. So that you don't disrespect. So also you need to know yourself who you are. So that you don't disrespect yourself. So keeping that, let us complete few verses. That he says, look, the person who studies Etam, Goraksha Samhita, this is Goraksha Samhita. So the one who reads Yoga Bhutam, that like no time pass, seriously, with the attitude, definitely that person is free from all papas. Sarva papa vimne muktaha bhavet. Lavit, he puts. Not only that, bhavet, yoga siddhim lavate also. So he will be established in yoga. And it is definitely dhruva, definitely. There is no doubt in it. Aha. Now, Swamiji, I think once more I should start reading, okay? Okay. Oh, is it so? Now let me go back. That means, what did you do so far? That's why sometimes what we do, that phalastuti, glorification is done before. All these Puranas and everything, if you read Purana, what will happen? And this is a marketing, okay? Unless you know benefits, will you take the product? So that's why they highlight what will happen, what will not happen. Okay, when you go there, psh, that's another level, okay? So here, you can see, and what you need to do, you do it, okay? Then, Yoga Shastram Pathen Nityam Kimannei Shastra Vistari Yat Swayam Chadinatasya Nirgatam Vadanam Bhujat. So this verse is like copying Bhagavad Gita, one verse, not much difference, little word here and there. So, Yoga Shastram Pathen Nityam Kim Anni Shastri Vistareti. So the one who keeps reading this Yoga Shastra daily. So what is the purpose of reading other text that to elaborately? That means, okay, you don't need anything, okay? You understand? I remember, they are the pep talks, the Swamiji, all, some of them talk like this. If you understand one verse of Upanishad, you have understood everything. What is the time of wasting? Why do you waste your time? I am not able to, to present properly, because that's not in my system, okay? Hey, please understand, to understand one verse, you need to read full text. But very inspiring, good. We need that also. But how long can you inspire a person? So you need to sustain the person's curiosity. And curiosity has to be serious. So unless there is seriousness, that's why sometimes I get tired of you people. Sometimes I discover still some of you are not serious yet. So that means you will prefer my inspirational talk rather teaching. That's why whenever I scold somebody or something, oh, you people, some of you get offended. Oh, what is this? Hey, please understand, I am not giving inspirational talk. If I am giving inspirational talk, everybody is great, including broken timepiece. Broken timepiece also has its role. Yes or no? Because it shows correct times 2 times in a day, not a joke. Hey, in your house there are many things you use only once in a year, okay? In Indian case especially. That also you forget. We have laughed. Every house must have a laugh to keep it, storeroom. In your country, other countries, storeroom. Just go to your storeroom. Only you will have headache, nothing else. Maybe it will be useful. You put it there, correct? And it never becomes useful. But whereas that timepiece is showing useful 2 times in a day. It's very big useful. So in short, be serious. Look at yourself. And of course, once you start studying, then there is no elaborate in the sense you understand the essence that is being taught also available anywhere and everywhere. Neither you are intolerant of any text, nor you are behind any text either. And of course, because he says, this has been taught by Adinatha itself, Lord Shiva. So gives the credibility that it is that Bhagavan Nishrutahit, Ishvara Nishrutahit. It is not human by any human body. So that means error-free, giving importance. And of course, Nirgatam Vadanambujat, good, it has come from this mouth of Lord Shiva itself. Okay, and the last verse. Snatam tena samasta tirtha salilam dattadijebhyo dharam yajnanam chahutam sahasramayutam devasya sampojita swadvannena tarpitasya pitaraha surgam chanitah punaha yasya brahma vicharane kshanamapi prapnoti dhairyam manah. Such a nice words. That look, even if a person, I am going from behind, from the last, kshanamapi, moment, not second, okay, moment. Even if for a moment, if the person starts dwelling upon Brahman, Brahma Vichara does. Not Brahma, okay? Sometimes, especially South Indians here, our Tamil people. So, Brahma. So, we sometimes I have to hear, okay, did you correctly pronounce? Brahmarpanam Brahmavi Brahmagno Brahmana Utam. Be careful, okay? How? So here, Brahma Vicharam, who does? So don't ask me what is Brahma Vichara. Kshanamapi. Even if for a moment. And of course, with dhairya mana. So mind has to be completely patience, not speeding up. Because when mind starts speeding up, there is insecurity. A restless person, mind is speeding unnecessarily. In fact, when your mind speeds unnecessarily, that time you are restless. I am using the word unnecessary carefully because there are times you have to also speed the mind. It's like you have to catch the train. Have you ever observed this thing? I have gone through a lot, okay, in my life. Last moment I reach, sometimes train will be leaving, okay? So you have to run. There you can say, no, have dhairya, okay? Go slowly, what will happen? Many times I have to run and got into the train. Also in a flight also. So you reach just 45 minutes before. International 1 hour before, somehow you have done the check-in. You have to rush. You have to negotiate. Immigration, this, that, all these things, or else. So you need to speed up for a purpose. But if you speed up unnecessarily, you know that. And most of the time, mind is speeding up unnecessarily. Have you not observed that? So here he says, dhairya mana. So you don't speed up your mind unnecessarily, having patience. That person can gain anything and everything. Because why? Generally to get people something in life. So what they do is, there are very nice way of, pointing out. So people go for tirtham, to take deep. Shnatam iti. Samasta tirtha sarilam. So when you go to tirtha snanam, when you go to any holy places, you are supposed to take a dip. Because by virtue of taking a dip, you get many things, many virtues. So that's why any tirtha sthanam you go, you are supposed to take a dip. Not sprinkle the water, okay? So, Swamiji, this is not good. Okay, fine. So you get that. Second thing it says, datta dijebhya dhara. Giving donation. Here donation is a wrong word. Giving danam. Bhumi danam. To whom? Bhumi danam to a brahmana. Brahmanebhya. Because that's why bhumi danam is the most important danam. It's being highlighted. Because in danam, whom you give is most important. Because if you hand over to a wrong person, you become the cause of destruction of many things. That's why, especially when power goes to a wrong person, what happens? Sometimes country goes back few 100 years. Because we are handing over power to a wrong person. And Bhumi Danam was very much highlighted those days. It was being only given to Brahmanas. And the best example, if you observe, in most part of the India and Tamil Nadu till now, you can see this point. That is another story also, I'll tell you about Tamil Nadu. So, most of the Brahmins got land only as Danam. After ritual, the king or whoever will hand over the Danam. And that Brahmin, what will do? Will have a huge land, in fact, one village. Then he will arrange another ritual and he will give it away, distribute. That's why different names are there, villages. Because why this is? Because when you hand over to the right person Bhumi, Bhumata will not have, Bhumata means the land mother, Bhumata will not be unhappy. That is the most important aspect in life. That's why technically you can observe this point. Whenever you buy any property, there will be some conflict. Have you not observed that? Even if you buy a flat nowadays, apartment, there has to be some conflict. Because that Bhumata does not or will not accept you that easily. There is some process. It's a very technical point to observe, okay? So that's why I am stretching this much too much. Oh, time is up. So that's why he says, Datta Dijebhyo Dhara. So this is different topic. Let us not get into. Come back. And third is, Yajnanam cha hutam sahasramaitam devascha sampujita. And third one, he says very nicely, that even if you have given 1,000 times ahuti, ahuti means offering, to in a fire ritual. Remember, also he adds another point, that ayutam devascha sampujitaha, that million gods, and not only that, along with that, you have done million god you have worshipped, or same god you have worshipped million times, different you can take it. Swadvanyena tarpitascha pitaraha, you have also done tarpanam, shraddham, with best food. Means Shraddha day you have fed many people. Means your parents or forefathers death anniversary time, you have fed people left right with best food. He says, look, all these things fantastic. Not only that, Swargam Chanita Punaha. Remember, all these things, whatever you have done, fantastic, nothing wrong in it. But whatever benefit you are going to get, and remember, all these things is helpful, because by doing tarpana, offering food on Shraddha day, best food, you allow your forefathers, your parents or forefathers to go to heaven. So that means you become the means, even though they did not have that much right to go, but as a child you did your job. So that means a very powerful thing you did it. So you can send them to heaven through this method. So even if, that's why he uses this word, that Surgam Chanita Punah. Even though you become the instrument to send them to heaven. But remember, just if you study, you do Brahma Vichara, Kshanamapi, even if a moment, you can achieve anything and everything. There is no better things than this. Ityartha. Swamiji, that's why I don't want to do anything. After all, I am Brahman. So you are Brahman. So let us now, Brahman and Brahman, what is the point? Hello, comrade. Okay, somebody calls me comrade, okay? Oh, Swamiji is my best friend. Good. Wish you all the best. Then once you say Swamiji is my friend, then best friend, then don't worry. Time will come, you will become, I am the guru of my guru, okay? It doesn't take much time. Anyway, no problem, whatever you do, that's up to you. Thus, the text named called Goraksha Samhita. Some people call Goraksha Padhati, but I will call as Goraksha Samhita. These 200 verses we completed. Good. So now let us chant the first verse. Sri Gurum Paramanandam Vande Swananda Vigraham Yasya Sanidhya Matrena Chidanandayate Tanu